second grade. Are you ready for video number 2 on March 24th? I think you are. Are you ready to have a good time with some fun phonics? Let's go. So, for phonics, in your day number 3 packet, we are working on sounding out some words. Please excuse our new puppy from barking. It's okay. She doesn't understand that I'm working right now and teaching. So let's look at this first picture. Again, I know that you're really smart and I know that this work is really easy, but we're keeping our brains active. Spell the word. What is that? Now, I know a lot of you are saying bag. Guess what? We're going to make this a little more difficult because we are second graders going into third. So we're going to say that this awesome, super cute, really awesome bag is a purse. So let's talk about our sounds here. Purse. Well, we know that we have P to start. Then what letters can go Well, we've learned about this in phonics. We have a couple different letter combinations that can make the sound. Some of these are ER, UR, or IR. What one do you think goes with purse? Yes, UR. P-U-R, purse. S, does that look right to you? Purse. This is one of those tricky ones. We do not have a long vowel in here, so it is an oddball. So we need to remember that this is one that doesn't follow the rules because purse has a silent E at the end. So on your line for that first one here, we're not going to write bag. We are going to write purse. Okay? Now, moving on to the next one, choose the correct answer. A or B? What do you think, guys? Yep, that is a bed. A. Now, let's go ahead and look down at the next part. And we have some sight words here, all short I words. We have, say them, rip, zip, sit, hit. You need to color them to go with the picture. So rip, if I made this one green, and then we would go with this one, ripping the paper. You're going to color them a lot neater. Now, looking along at the bottom, when you are done, if you need more time, pause the video. At the bottom, it says, fill in this missing letter. Fill in the missing letter for each sight word. So it has an O, an N, a G, and a T. I think you can fill these in just fine. I know this 3-letter one is going to go here. So what word? Get. The only one with an N is no. And the last one that has the O at the end and doesn't start with N is go. Very good. Okay, second grade. So take a moment and finish filling that out, and we will move on to the next page. Give me a moment. So, second grade. The next thing that we are going to work on, like my puppy hat, is the story. And in the story, I think not all of you have Blackbeard the Pirate. Some of you have Blackbeard the Pirate, and some of you do not. What I'm going to do for today, so we can fill out our story element chart, is I'm going to read this story with you. If you have this story and it matches my story, then you can go ahead and read out loud with me. If you have a different story, you may follow along and listen to this one and fill it out to match this one. Or if you choose to read the story that I put in your binder, then you may, and use that story to fill this out. Free choice today. But if you have Blackbeard, let's get it out and we will read out loud together. Okay. Blackbeard the Pirate, written by Kate Follett, illustrated by John Walker. When we open up this book, we will see this page. What is this kind of page? This is a page that can help us with information. It says here it is the table of contents. So on this page, we are going to find out the different chapters or sections of the book. And it will also tell us what page they're on. So if we had a question about how he was captured, because he was a pirate, we could look here and go to Blackbeards Capture and open up to page 2. So let's move along. Okay. Ready? The man behind the stories. Picture a pirate in your mind. Do you think of a cartoon pirate with a beard, an eye patch, and a parrot? 300 years ago, real pirates did sail the seas. One pirate had a name that scared everyone. He was known as Blackbeard. Ready for the next page? I'll read the caption under here too. Movie and cartoon pirates may look funny, but real pirates like Blackbeard on the right were colorful characters too. So he was a real pirate. Now on this next page we have a very interesting map. Ready? Blackbeard's real name was Edward Teach. He was born in England about 1680. When he was old enough, Edward learned to sail a ship. England was at war. Edward joined the crew of a ship that attacked the enemy to help the English Navy. Soon he decided it would be better to join a pirate crew instead. Exclamation point means we read that with some excitement. Usually your voice goes up at the end. The map says 300 years ago, pirates were very busy robbing ships along the coast and islands of the New World. Okay, so in that red circle is where a lot of the pirate ships were. Page 6. The leader of the pirate crew put Edward in charge of a pirate ship. They attacked so many other ships that everyone was afraid of them. And the text below for this picture, I'll read that with you. Why did sailors become pirates? In those days, sailors worked very hard, but made very little money. When a country was at war, any ship might be hired to attack and steal enemy ships. It was dangerous work. The hired sailors were paid a small reward for the ships or treasure they took. Pirates could attack any ship, even one of their own country. Pirates could keep all the ships and treasures for themselves. They were greedy. Page 7. One day, Edward and his pirate crew took over a large, fast French ship that they had captured. Captures in bold. Okay, that means to take. The pirate leader gave the ship to Edward as a reward. Edward added more cannons to make it a very dangerous ship. Then he gave his ship a new name, the Queen Anne's Revenge. The Queen Anne's Revenge and Edward soon became very famous. No ship wanted to see the fast ship and its black pirate flag chasing them. Edward was now Blackbeard the Pirate. The golden age of piracy. Okay, piracy is what that profession was called. Okay, just like I'm a teacher, so teaching is my profession. So piracy, the act of stealing. Okay. During the 1700s, European countries set up new towns in the Caribbean and North and South America. English, French, Dutch, and Spanish cargo ships sailed back and forth. They were easy targets for pirates. Moving on to page 8. The title of this page is Blackbeard Ruled the Sea. Oh my goodness, look at that picture. Okay, are we ready here? Let me move it a little bit for me guys here. Okay, here we go. Blackbeard scared everyone who saw him. He was a huge man with a thick braided black beard. He stuck burning fuses on his beard, so it looked as if his beard were on fire. Oh my goodness. Page 9. It's an interesting picture up top. Blackbeard soon had 4 fast ships and crews of over 350 men. One time, his 4 ships sailed to Charleston, South Carolina. They robbed every ship sailing in or out of the Charleston. Pirate's life for me? How did Blackbeard get such a big crew? Most sailors got little pay. If a pirate attacked their ship, sailors often chose to join the pirates. Former slaves also gladly became pirates to escape slavery. Pirates often shared treasure with their crew. So then the caption, which means what's telling about the photo up here, Blackbeard's black flag showed a skeleton stabbing a heart and holding an hourglass. The hourglass showed that the victim only had a short time to give up or Blackbeard would attack. So that's what his flag looked like that he sailed on his pirate ship. page 10 is a map. Okay. And on this map, we have a red box up here. And it says the Northern Outer Banks Islands. So that's somewhere where they would target. And then down here says wreck of the Queen Anne's Revenge. Ooh, so that was Blackbeard's boat. And it says this map shows where the wreck of Blackbeard's ship was found near Beaufort Inlet off the coast of North Carolina. North Carolina is not too far from Pennsylvania. A lot of you may have already gone there. Let's look at page 11. Okay. Sailing a large ship close to land is hard to do. The water isn't very deep. One day, Blackbeard, his 4 ships, and all of his men were sailing home with their treasure. Blackbeard sailed the Queen Anne's Revenge too close to the land. His ship got stuck in the sand near the coastal town called Beaufort. Blackbeard told his men to move the treasure onto the other ships. He sent one of his captains away and dropped off many of his men on a nearby island. Then Blackbeard sailed away, taking the loot with him. He had wrecked his ship on purpose so he could keep the treasure for himself? Ooh, do you think he did that? Do you think he purposely wrecked his boat so he could sail away on another boat and keep it all for himself? I don't know. Let's move on to page 12. Blackbeards Capture. Here's the picture on this page. Okay. Blackbeards Capture. For a time, it seemed that Blackbeard had stopped being a pirate. He got married and bought a house. People stopped worrying about him. Blackbeard soon went back to his old life, though. He went to sea in his last ship, the Adventure. Blackbeard began attacking other ships again. And the picture is the wreck of the Queen Anne's Revenge was found near the Beaufort Inlet off the coast of North Carolina in 1996. Okay? So that was about 25 years ago. About that. Okay, page 13. We have a very interesting picture here. It looks like Blackbeard is fighting. Okay, here we go. The governor of Virginia was tired of Blackbeard's attacks. He sent a fighting ship called the Ranger to find and capture Blackbeard. One morning, the crew of the Ranger saw the Adventure near the island of Ocracoke. So that is supposed to be a drawing or a painting of Blackbeard's last battle at Ocracoke became famous. Writers and poets made Blackbeard's life and death into a colorful tale. So we don't actually have a photo. This is a painting that someone did imagining what could have happened during that battle to capture him. Let's go to page 14. Almost done, guys. All right. The 2 ships fought, firing their cannons for many hours. In the heavy smoke from the cannon fight, the Ranger's crew hid so it seemed as though they had been killed. Blackbeard thought he had won, so he climbed into the Ranger. The Ranger's crew jumped out from their hiding places, and the fight began again. Blackbeard fought hard, but the Ranger had too many men. He was shot 5 times before he finally died. The Ranger's crew threw Blackbeard's body into the sea. Ooh, doesn't sound like the pirate life was that good, does it? Good grief. Page 15. Blackbeard sailed into history. Blackbeard's true story may be behind the colorful pirates in many books and movies. The next time you hear a pirate story, remember one of the real pirates in history, Blackbeard. So this is a story that is fiction or non-fiction. It tells us right at the end that one of the true and real pirates was Blackbeard. So do we think this is fiction, which is fake, or non-fiction, which is not fake? So something that is true and real, filled with facts. Yes, this is a non-fiction story. The very back of the book, we talked about in reading recently, different ways, different sources to find information. This is a glossary. So all those words that were in bold, this is like a mini dictionary for the words in the book, like in religion when we do keywords. So this is the word and what it means. You can use a glossary to help you if you come across words you don't understand. Okay, friends, so let's go ahead and get our story elements page out. Okay, and we are going to fill this out together. If I move too fast, you can always pause and catch up so you can write down what we are working with. Okay? All right, my dear friends. So, let's go ahead and work on our story elements. Let me see if I can move you up a little bit so you can see maybe a little bit better. Okay, here we go. Characters. Who were the characters in our story? Who are our characters? There really was only one main character in our story, and that was Blackbeard the Pirate. Arr. So, get that? It's a proper noun. It is his name. Blackbeard, compound word, the pirate. Do you remember his real name? Can you look back in the story and find his real name? It's on page 5, Becoming Blackbeard. Blackbeard's real name was Edward Teach. So I'm also going to write that down in our characters box. Edward Teach. Okay? He was a real person. Setting. What is setting, guys? Setting is where the story takes place. Not just where, but where and when. Where and when. So let's get our book here and look back in our book. Again, on page 5, it tells us that England was at war. And the man, Edward Teach, he decided that he was going to join the crew and become a pirate. And if we use our map, okay, we can see that it said it was off the coast of the New World. So along the coast, the New World was America. Okay, so this took place, I would say, mostly along what ocean? Of course we know it was the ocean. Pirate ships don't sail on land, but let's look and see how specific we can get. It was the Atlantic Ocean. He sailed all along the Atlantic Ocean, even a little bit down to the Caribbean Sea. But they said mostly along the coast here. So we're going to go with Atlantic Ocean. But when? When does this take place? I think we can find our answer to that still on page 5. Let's look up in our first paragraph when it tells us when he was born. 1680. So if he was born in 1680, I would say this takes place sometime in the late 1600s or early 1700s. Okay, so we're in 2020. Okay, this is counting back. What comes before 20? 19, 18, 17, 16. So he was born at the end of the 1600s. So he probably, as a grown-up, started becoming a pirate close to 1700. So setting where and when? Atlantic Ocean in the 1700s. So we're going to write that down. In the proper noun, Atlantic Ocean, around 1700. Okay? In the Atlantic Ocean, around 1700. Let me see if I can even get you a little bit closer there. Is that a little bit better? So if you need to pause to catch up and copy that down. All right, moving along. Let's go on to our problem. Okay, let's talk about what the problem in the story was. Why did this man, Edward Teach, become a pirate? Why did he become a pirate? Let's look back. Let's look in our glossary. Let's look in our glossary. Where do you think we can find where he became a pirate? Becoming Blackbeard on page 5 again. That page is a big page for us today, boys and girls. So, looking on page 5, it says that England was at war and he joined the crew of a ship that attacked enemy ships in the English to help the English Navy. Okay, in the second paragraph. Okay. And then it says, soon he decided it'd be better to join a pirate crew instead. So he didn't want to be a part of the English Navy anymore. Okay, and why? Let's look on the next page. It said, why did sailors become pirates? And it said that in those days, sailors worked so hard, but they made very little money. When the country was at war, any ship might be hired to attack and steal the money from enemy ships. Okay, so he was a member of the Navy for England who was at war, and he decided it would be better to join the other enemy, which was becoming a pirate. So the problem in this story was that he didn't want to be a part of the Navy and be at war anymore. Okay? So the problem. Edward did not want to fight in the war for England. Period. Okay. We can also add sailors in the Navy didn't, here's a contraction, earn much money. So that was a problem for him. Okay? He didn't like being a part of the English Navy. He didn't want to be a part of the war anymore. He wanted to make money. So Edward did not want to fight in the war for England. Sailors in the Navy didn't earn much money. Well, how did he solve not earning a lot of money? How did he solve that? How did he solve not earning a lot of money? He became a pirate. He became Blackbeard the Pirate. He became Blackbeard the Pirate, and he robbed other ships to get money. Rob, R-O-B, C-V-C. So if I want to make E-D, we have to double the consonant. R-O-B-B-E-D. Robbed other ships. And he did that until what happened? He was a pirate until what? Let's look back in our table of contents. Blackbeards Capture, page 12. So let's go to page 12. On page 12, it says, for a time it seemed Blackbeard had stopped being a pirate, but he went back to his old life. Okay? He went back to robbing boats. And then, look on page 14. Page 14, it said, in the heavy smoke from the cannon fight of the Rangers, that was the other boat, they had captured him and he was killed. So, he was a pirate until he was killed. Well, looks like Spider-Man has another enemy that has come to join. Or should I say another hero? Let's see. Spider-Man and... who are you, Gabe? Batman! Say hi, second grade.
Hi, second grade.
Thank you, Batman. So, second grade. I hope you enjoyed my silly videos. I hope you had fun learning with me. This is the end of video number 2 for Tuesday, March 24th. What I want you to do is take a break. I know that was a lot of writing, but you did fantastic. Again, I believe Arjun and Colin, I believe you had different storybooks that I put in your binders. If you wanted to go ahead and do this one with us, that's fine with me because I held it up for you and we read it together. If you choose to do the ones that I've included in your binder, that's also okay. I'm going to sign off of this video and I will see you back here for your last one today, video number 3. We are going to do religion. No silly hats on that one. I like to take time to pray and be serious. Okay? See you soon.